The storm is set to rage on as Frozen 3 is officially in the works at Disney. Back at the beginning of February this year, on Disney's quarterly earnings call, Bob Iger announced a slew of new projects, one of which was the long-awaited Frozen 3. Turns out we're not the only ones ready to let it go just yet. While Frozen 2 garnered varied opinions, its box office success prompted Disney to greenlight Frozen 3 for their upcoming film roster, which is now in its initial stages of production. While most of the cast is anticipated to reprise their roles, the storyline for Elsa and Anna's next adventure remains under wraps. Frozen 2 left a lot of unanswered questions, and there's a vast world waiting to be explored in Arendelle and beyond. OG SLUURP heads may remember our last 5 pitches video for Frozen 3, but turns out we've got some even better ideas. So, without further ado, here's 5 more pitches for Frozen 3. Kicking us off at number 5, Kristoff's backstory. A major reason for Disney to gift us with Frozen 3 is the chance to uncover the frosty past of Kristoff, a character whose story has remained somewhat under wraps. While the first 2 movies gave us a glimpse of Kristoff and his trusty sidekick Sven being adopted by the rock trolls, many questions about their origins still remain unanswered. Like, why did he decide to stay with the trolls? And why did he become an ice harvester when he grew up? And while we've all been touched by Kristoff's heartwarming bond with Anna, Elsa and the trolls, there's an intriguing layer yet to be explored: who his biological parents are. As the Frozen universe continues to evolve and grow, this unknown element of the story opens a perfect avenue for the House of Mouse to explore in Frozen 3, paving the way for a deeper dive into the history of Kristoff and Sven. And with a royal wedding on the cards, it seems only right for Kristoff, set to be Queen Anna's husband, to dig deep into his backstory before saying "I do." Now, speaking of weddings, while we're all for seeing Anna and Kristoff's big day on the big screen, we're hoping Disney keeps what fans most adore about him as a character intact. Kristoff's charm lies with his unique personality and unconventional upbringing, making him a refreshing break from the typical polished Disney prince. If the House of Mouse was to mould Kristoff into this stereotypical prince, they'd risk losing the essence of what makes him so special. And hey, we wouldn't even be opposed to Kristoff becoming the hero in Frozen 3. At its heart, Frozen has always celebrated Anna and Elsa's sisterly bond and Elsa's empowering journey of self-discovery. Anna's crucial role in the franchise has rightfully crowned her a hero, but as much as this acclaim is well-deserved, wouldn't it be refreshing for Disney to flip the script in the next instalment? To keep things fresh and avoid rehashing tales that we've heard and seen too often, why not elevate a side character to the hero status? After 2 movies that focused on Anna and Elsa's dynamic, Frozen 3 could be Disney's perfect shot at spotlighting Kristoff, ensuring he's more than just Anna's romantic interest. It's definitely time he got his moment to shine. Number 4, the return of Hans. Prince Hans from the Southern Isles is one character we're definitely hoping to see come back to stir up some chaos for Anna, Elsa and their friends. In 2013's Frozen, Hans served as the ultimate plot twist, morphing from a charismatic prince into a scheming villain, hungry for Arendelle's throne. While he was a pretty good antagonist, he's since taken a backseat. Though Frozen 2 was a box office hit, it raised eyebrows with its departure from convention, leading 2 glaring issues: Anna's diminished role compared to Elsa, and the lack of central villain. While Hans's absence didn't detract from Frozen 2's core narrative, there's no doubt that Hans's previous role and mentions have set him up perfectly for a returning role in the Frozen universe. And considering Anna and Hans's complicated past in Frozen, bringing them face to face once again for an epic showdown would be pretty awesome, and allow for the spotlight to shine on Arendelle's new queen, Anna. And let's admit it, nothing quite spices up a story like a scorned ex-fiancé with revenge on his mind. But that's not to say Disney won't pivot to an alternative plot. In the original film, Hans mentions having 12 older brothers. There's a subtle hint that his brothers wouldn't take kindly to his failures in Arendelle. What if Hans went on a mission from his brothers to conquer Arendelle, and after botching it, was sent packing to deliver the news of his failure? It's possible that during the 3 years that passed, during the course of the first and second film, Hans and his brothers have been cultivating the ultimate plan to seize the kingdom once and for all, but this time, backed by an army. Number 3, a new villain. Okay, So I know we said we'd be intrigued to see the return of Hans in Frozen 3, but hear us out here. As much as it would make sense for the prince to make his big screen return, what if Frozen 3 took a completely different approach in the villain category? No shade to Hans, but he's not exactly top tier villain material. I mean, he didn't exactly do the best job the first time. I dig the surprise antagonist angle, but Hans doesn't entirely convince us in the villain department. On our Disney villain ranking, he's just kind of, lukewarm. Although he did nail Love is an Open Door, so we'll give him that. And while Disney could still have him appear in the third film, and we'd totally welcome him back, it would just be awesome to see a completely new villain in the franchise that we haven't seen before. There's no denying that in recent years, Disney's pivoted more towards familiar ties and introspective story arcs, which can absolutely work in the right narrative. Just look at Encanto. But come on, this is Frozen. This universe boasts folk with elemental affinities and a queen who can literally shoot ice from her hands. There should be a worthy adversary, and I'm not talking Hans-level threats. Think Firebender causing pure mayhem upon the kingdom of Arendelle. This approach could even tie in with the original story Frozen was based on, The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. While Frozen took inspiration from The Snow Queen, the tale diverged quite a bit. In the original fairy tale, the character resembling Elsa was an antagonist, detaining a young boy and keeping him away from his sister. Both stories converge on one aspect: sibling love reigns supreme. Even though Frozen veered from many elements of The Snow Queen, the blueprint for a villain in Frozen 3 might be lurking in the classic tale. Beyond Elsa, the prior movies didn't showcase any other magical beings. By taking this route, Frozen 3 could introduce a new foe with abilities perhaps even surpassing Elsa's, setting the stage for Elsa to lean on her sister and allies to bring balance back to Arendelle. Number 2, the fifth spirit. In Frozen 2, when Elsa steps into the mysterious fog-veiled enchanted forest, she seems to master the 4 elemental forces. But as Frozen 2 unfolds, revealing Elsa as the fifth spirit, it becomes evident that she isn't so much controlling these spirits, but rather bonding with them. Viewers who delved into the 2020 6-part documentary on Disney Plus, Into the Unknown, Making Frozen 2, might have realised that the sequel storyline wasn't always crystal clear. The film's direction and thematic elements were still up in the air quite late into the production. Nonetheless, in the 2021 Disney Plus short, Myth, A Frozen Tale, delves into the history of the prior fifth spirit before Elsa, indicating the Frozen creators aren't likely to sideline this concept in future installments. The concept of the fifth spirit, while intriguing, introduces some complexities in the Frozen narrative. Myth hints possibly at the conflict between Arendelle and Northuldra, the time when the elements turned dangerous. Yet, it doesn't quite link with Elsa's recent discovery of being the unique fifth spirit in Frozen 2, or provide clarity on the timeline since the original element spirits emerged. While Myth may blur the origins of the fifth spirit, it hints at the potential direction for a third film. With Elsa stepping down from the throne, she might delve deeper into the lore of the fifth spirit alongside the Northuldra. But this does leave us with some questions. Were all the previous spirits gifted with magic? Is the mantle of the fifth spirit exclusive to Elsa and Anna's bloodline, or is this title granted randomly? It's crucial for the narrative to delve deeper into the integral aspect of Elsa's identity and shed light on the fifth spirit's legacy. With Elsa residing in the enchanted forest and Anna taking on her role as Queen of Arendelle, it will be interesting to see how Disney approaches this element. Given its prominence in Myth and its pivotal role in Frozen 2, the fifth spirit appears to be central to the storyline's progression, and it's for sure one we want to see play out in Frozen 3. And finally, coming in at our number 1 spot, no more Olaf. Put away your pitchforks, 12-year-olds, we're only kidding. Really taking our number 1 place is the doomed Voyage. In Frozen 2, Anna and Elsa stumble upon the wreckage of their parent ship, reopening old wounds from their tragic past. The film hints that King Agnar and Queen Iduna were on a quest trying to uncover the origins of Elsa's abilities, yet the true goal behind their journey remains a mystery. While it's not definitively settled, there's much more speculation about that journey. Numerous fan theorists believe that Agnar and Iduna may still be alive. Whether that's true or not, there's more to uncover about their fate. and Frozen 3 could further investigate the shipwreck circumstances and what they'd hoped to discover on this trip. While it seems evident that their parents met a tragic end, it's also speculated that their fate wasn't an accident. A popular fan theory suggests that water spirit Nock, the horse-shaped element spirit that serves as the guardian of the Dark Sea, who we meet in Frozen 2, is reminiscent of the mythological Kelpie, who, according to traditional folklore, is a water spirit that takes the form as a horse and drowns its victims. The tale is very similar to the scene we see in Frozen 2 when Nock tries to drown Elsa upon meeting her. So it's plausible that Nock is responsible for the storm that destroyed Agnar and Iduna's ship. Maybe Nock, as a fallen's guardian, wanted to prevent any human interference, or perhaps knew Elsa would be led there one day. There is definitely a lot more to be uncovered about their fate, and we'd love to see that answered in Frozen 3. And that wraps up our 5 more pitches for Frozen 3. What did you think of our picks? Let us know in the comments. And if you have any ideas for the next chapter in the Frozen saga, we'd love to know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and thanks for watching.
Tell me, do you believe in those monsters? I'm talking dreams so big that they haunt you.